It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in today's video, we're going to make some Kai teams without Kark. But first, I'm going to live stream today. Every Monday through Friday, I live stream, schedules on the screen. Now, if you're watching this video the day that I publish it, just a quick reminder that I am not live streaming on Thursday, as it is Thanksgiving, and potentially Friday as well, as we will be traveling, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be back yet. However, we got some fights to talk about. This is Facebook max testing. As such, there are no pets. Your results may vary significantly, especially if you're on mobile. So keep all that in mind as you take a look at these 5 fights. And what I've done, as I usually do, is I picked the top 5 defending teams on Arena at the time of making this video. Just a quick snapshot of the quote-unquote meta on my server, the defensive meta, I should say. And my plan today is to build Kai teams without the use of Kark. Kai recently got a rework on both platforms in the game, Facebook web and mobile. So I thought it would be fun to kind of do a couple of videos about Kai, just to see, if the changes are enough, if he's good, if he's not good. I don't know. Let's figure it out. So this first fight was against a Yasmin and Vari team. Very interesting team. Took me 2 tries to get it, but what I ultimately decided on was an ODH, Orion, Dorian, Helios, with Kai as an addition, and of course Aurora as the main tank. Probably could have got away without using Kai on this team and just use ODH and Celeste, or ODH and Nebula, or ODH and really anybody else. But this is what I found to be the most effective against this team. Anytime you see Yasmin, Helios is a nice addition. I had planned on pairing Kai with Orion quite a bit. Kai has high magic attack. Orion has provides magic penetration. Good combination there. And I was hoping that Dorian would provide Kai with his aura, but he does not. Kind of a bummer there. And with Yaz, having Aurora as a tank is a great option. She puts out a lot of area of effect damage, and she usually will dodge all of Yasmin's attacks. So we ended up winning this fight after 2 tries. And here's the of course the fight stats are going to be at the end of each section. Fight number 2 is against a Twins Celeste Dorian team. This fight only took me 1 try, and this is definitely not a free-to-play team. Cleaver Peppy is a pretty effective combination against the Twins. You add in Sebastian on Facebook, and you basically can have any other 2 heroes, and you'll be just fine. I chose Thea as a free healer, quote-unquote free, and she provides magic defense for your team and a silence for the enemy team. Pair that with Kai's consistent damage output. I found this to be okay. It's okay. I think that, the combination of Cleaver, Peppy, and Sebastian and any other 2 heroes probably would have beat this team just fine. But this is what I chose for this matchup. Now for the rank 3 fight against, Idrissel, we're going up against a Kark team, and I tried something a little different. I threw Anvari in as a tank. The thing about Kark teams is they, aside from Kark's basic attack, they don't tend to do a ton of upfront damage, and I wanted Anvari to not get pushed back with Faceless, so that's why I kind of made Anvari the tank. I added in Morgan to protect against Astaroth's revive, a little bit of Astrid and Lucas to give a little bit of an armor buff and to soak some of Kark's cleave damage up front. And this is the fight that ultimately won. Of course, Kai lost. Kai died pretty early on in the fight. Arachne is a great counter to Kark teams as well, so I should have mentioned that earlier. But this team without Kai probably would have done just fine. I'm seeing a pattern here. Kai really isn't bringing much to a lot of these fights. But, it is what it is. Rank 2 fight against Artemis. Artemis is using another Kark team, but this time Galahad and Yasmin. I tried a number of attempts on this fight, but ultimately landed on this strange variant right here. I kept not having enough damage. I would win, but I wouldn't have enough damage to finish off Galahad and Martha. So Astaroth to keep my Kai alive, Martha to get the armor artifact buff up there. I tried Celeste a couple of times to counter the healing output, but having Nebula between Kai and Orion, continually putting out the damage, consistent pressure, was the key to this victory. And it was a long, hard fought battle, but ultimately did win it. Strange team, very strange team. And then finally, the rank 1 attempt against Squarely 1. This is a kind of a mishmash of support heroes with Galahad as the tank. Something that I realized, or realized, is that any fight against the Andvari teams, Kai is going to struggle for the same reasons that Kark struggles. And I knew this. It's not like it was just some huge epiphany, but Andvari is definitely a hard counter to Kai, just like he's a hard counter to Kark. But I just went with a nice basic team. I wanted to clear that front end high thick boy damage with Galahad up front. Being in auto mode, I knew that Celeste wasn't going to be as good of a healer as other times, so I used Qing Mao to try to chew through that front end as quickly as possible. Try to negate some of Andvari's stuns and all of that using her blind ability. Jorgen to dump the damage to the back and to slow down the energy gain of Galahad and Andvari up front. Astaroth to revive my squishy heroes, and then Martha to, just to get some heals and some speed ups. This is another fight that I kept trying, that I kept timing out and not having enough damage. So I hope you enjoyed those 5 fights. Kai, my wrapping up kind of discussion about this is Kai probably isn't there yet. Even with these rework, even with a small increase in damage, it's possible that with pets on Facebook, he's much better. And the mobile update was a little different. And it's possible that he might be a little different on mobile, or it's possible that I just don't know how to build teams and I haven't found the right team for him yet. But there wasn't any single consistent team that I found. Of these 5 fights, none of the 5 teams that ultimately won the fight I would consider a good enough team to go against the quote-unquote meta. I tried a lot of these teams against the Twins teams, the Kark teams, the Satori, the Jew, the Kira teams, and none of them really won consistently fight after fight after fight. So Kai, I'm sticking with my judgment on Kai as for now. Pure damage dealer, no utility. He does a lot of consistent low-end damage, similar to what Kira does, very consistent damage, but Kira does a lot more damage, as well as having some utility as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that it's not Team Fight Tuesday. I do have an interesting take on Kai as far as his new role. I do believe that the elf role is coming sooner than later, and I'm looking forward to seeing that come into the game in the next month or 3 months. So stay tuned for that. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.